everybody, I hope you're all well. This is going to be one of those videos where we're looking at getting quite a lot of guitar for not too much money as we look at my Fender Telecaster. Okay, so this is my 2015 Fender Standard Telecaster, and it's a Mexican model, not American. Therefore, it's considerably cheaper, and you still get a lot of guitar for your money. It still looks like a Tele, it still sounds like a Tele, it still feels like a Tele. Spec-wise, it's got a maple neck, maple fretboard, which I absolutely love. I have very few guitars with a maple fretboard on. I have, I think, this, and one of my Strats has got it. That's it. And body is alder, and the color is Lake Placid blue. Now, if you were to go on the Fender website, you might see that the Fender Standard series doesn't exist anymore. That's because a couple of years ago they rejigged them, and they're now called the Player series. Essentially the same thing. They're Mexican made, use very similar materials, in fact probably the same, but I think what's probably different now is the color options. This color isn't available any longer, but you can get 4 different options on the Lefty models, which is great. There's 4 different colors to choose from, including like the classic blonde look. So a lot of guitar for the money, 600 quid, which is, you know, really not a lot if you want something with the Fender logo on and a good sort of workhorse guitar that you don't mind getting knocked or damaged. Okay, so let's talk about what I've changed. The first thing to go was the pickups, and I put in some bare knuckle brown sugars in this guitar. I've not had too much experience with Telecaster pickups, so I was going on recommendation once again, and I've A/B'd this with some really nice American Teles, and I can tell you it sounds just as good, if not better than those now. It sounds just like a Telecaster should. I also changed the scratch plate to a pearl one. It had a plain white one on there. I just changed that to a pearl one. And you can probably also see I took a craft knife to it just to kind of give it a bit of home relicing, just so it sort of looks a bit old and beaten up, really, because you don't mind sort of messing around with a guitar that's not cost you a lot of money. So yeah, £600 for the guitar, a couple of £100 for pickups and a scratch plate and, you know, a craft knife, and you've got a really decent guitar. In terms of use, I've used it, I think I used it on a couple of the old Marshall demos, but predominantly I actually bought this guitar because I was doing some deps on a show in London that required a Telecaster, and quite simply I didn't own one. I'd never owned one before, so I thought, well, this is a great opportunity to buy one, and that's what I did, and it's fared really well. I'll go over the problems I've had with it, which aren't major. There's been no major issues. The one thing that was really annoying was the pickup selector switch, the little knob on there, the little black knob, that kept pinging off the whole time. Wouldn't like fix on properly, so I glued it on. Simple as that. And then one of the screws that holds the saddle pieces in here, can't remember which one it was. It just came loose, pinged off, and the whole thing fell apart. Luckily, I had spares, spare tiny little screws just to fix it back in. But other than that, though, I mean, honestly, for the price that you pay for these, it's been like, all these are nice and tight up here. The frets are good, you know, they're sort of nice medium jumbo frets or whatever. Not really got much wear on them, and yeah, it's been a great guitar for not a whole lot of money. So I think that's roughly about it for my my Fender Standard Telecaster. Like I said, if you want to check one out, check out the current versions, which are the Fender Player Telecasters and Strats as well. I've actually got a Strat version of this as well, which I bought around the same time, which I'll do in a future video. Equally as good. If you're a beginner and you want your first Fender, these are the ones to go with, man. You know, or if you're older and you haven't got the cash to spare for a big American-made one, then go with these, because you can't go wrong, honestly. And they've been great reliability-wise as well. To finish, I thought we'd have our little Lefty rant, and and this video I had a bit of a think about what we could talk about, and I just thought about all the times when your friend, or you're playing a band with someone, or someone has a really nice guitar and you just really want to play it, and they say, here, have a go on it, but you can't because you're left-handed. And this has happened to me, and this has also happened to me on a whole nother level, where I'm not going to name any names here, but there's been opportunities over the years where some very well-known guitarists and even some heroes of mine have said, here, or they've said, here, why don't you have a go on it? And these are guitars that, you know, I looked in album covers when I was growing up as a kid, and there was that guitar, and there it was in front of me, and can't do anything with it. What's the point? You know, I would have been able to play a really bad upside down D chord, but certainly wouldn't have got the vibe for the guitar. So that's just another one of those things that's very frustrating, being left-handed. But hey, that's the price you pay. Hope you've enjoyed today, and I will see you on the next one.